Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our meeting, which we are holding particularly for you. The Trinidad and Tobago Music Festival Association thought it fit to have this meeting so that entering our upcoming first virtual music festival will be seamless. The members of our committee present are Mr. Jessel Murray, who's our chairman, Rowena Watley, Rayfred Supun Singh, Maureen Clement, Corey Mendez, Wendell Morrow. I think Elon Cooper is there. Of course, I am Wendy Jeremy, the vice chairman. To take us through the steps, Maureen Clement, our business manager, has agreed to undertake this task. And she will be going through the registration process, what you see on the website, and as well, videos, how they are uploaded. Without further ado, I give the mic to Maureen Clement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wendy. Good evening to everyone. And without further ado, I will share my screen. So when you go up on the website, this is what you should see. And it says get syllabus in the middle. So if you want to just look at the syllabus, you can just click on the get syllabus and it will go to the syllabus. Everything is as a flip book and you can use it there right now, or you can even print. There is a print that you could print or save, and that will allow you to save. Okay? So that is one way of doing it. The other way is going there. There's a header on top, Festival 2022. When you hover over it, you will see a list of 4 things: key dates, syllabus, and when you hover over the syllabus, you can find the test pieces, registration process, and find piano accompaniment. So let's look at them. The key dates. So the key dates we have to look at now is when registration ends, and it has been extended to the 31st of January. So registration now ends on the 31st of January. Once you're registered, own choice. If you're dealing with the test piece, well, you just start to learn your test piece and get ready to create your video. But if you are doing an own choice piece, it has to be approved, your piece. So you have to send your own choice score no later than, well, it says here the 31st, but we are going to give you an additional 2 weeks until the 15th of February, because we realize if you register on the 31st, you can't upload, you can't send your score on the 31st same time, more than likely. So you have until the 15th of February to send your own choice scores, get them approved. The original compositions, of course, are for the musicianship classes. That's the compositions and arrangements, and that acts as your video. So the deadline for that is the 15th of March, as is the deadline for the video. We'll talk more about the video a little later on. If we anticipate that there may be a few classes that are a bit larger and may require a second round, and those second round persons will be dealt with early in April. But everyone will know whether they have been selected for championships or not, and they will know they will have their adjudication in hand by the 5th of April. Okay, for that first round, and then from there everything moves on to championships. So any questions on that? Now for championships, everything is going to be virtual. We are expecting to re-record the competitors in a hub so that everyone has the same acoustic and the same camera. all right? And for instruments like piano also, they use the same instrument. And you will hear more about that as the time for that comes along. So as I move away from dates, are there any questions on this? All right, great. So let's go to the next part, which is the syllabus. So again, if you would like to access the syllabus, you can click on syllabus. Syllabus has a list of all the classes. It has the rules. It has special information. It has the key dates, and all of that is in the syllabus. How to record information on recording a video, all of that is in the syllabus. Now the test pieces, some junior classes have test pieces. Only junior classes have test pieces, and that is piano, junior piano, recorder, steel pan, and some vocal classes. So to find those, you click on the one you want. This is piano, and this is a list. The first page is always a list, and then all the pieces, it's a flip book. Same way you can download similarly. The same thing for recorder, the list of pieces, and then the actual pieces themselves, and steel pan, similarly. And finally, the vocal test pieces are for the first 8 classes, all right? The classes with age groupings. You can also access the syllabus up here, complete syllabus. If you have your score when you have your score for own choice, you can click here to submit your score for own choice or for your composition. This takes you to a jot form that allows you to submit your score, all right? So that is the test pieces section on that. Any questions on the test pieces or accessing the test pieces? So the next thing I'll look at, the last thing is here, which is find piano accompaniment. So when you click on that, okay, so the piano accompaniment obviously has not been, I thought it was uploaded already. This is a list of accompanists that you can seek out to accompany you, particularly in your own choice classes. The piano accompaniment we are providing only for the test pieces, and that's test pieces for recorder and vocal. The steel band test pieces are all a cappella. And of course, piano needs no accompaniment, all right? So these are test accompaniments for the vocal and recorder. So these should be up on the site soon, and you'll be able to download them and perform to them if you so desire. You can use your own accompanist, but this is just for those who do not have that privilege of an accompanist. They can use the downloaded test pieces. All right? So next I will go into the registration process, which is the final thing on this side that pertains to the festival. So if there are any questions about what has gone so far. All right, so for
I have a question. So
sorry.
sorry, I have a question. So we could expect the accompaniment to be uploaded in the next couple days or so, or
Yes,
just keep
we were
checking.
having some problem having them uploaded. They have been recorded already. So we are just going to sort that out and then they'll be uploaded.
All right, I just want to say thanks for that initiative, because moving forward, that would have been our greatest challenge with the children, and that is really going to push us forward in sending in a lot of entries. So thank you for including that. That's really, really helpful.
Sure. And if you cannot wait for it to be uploaded, you may contact your regional office, because they have been forwarded to the regional office and they may be able to send you an email with the one that you wish. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, so let's look at registration. So when you hover over Festival 2022 registration process, that's where we're going now. And that takes you to this page. And this page also goes back to the syllabus. And then we click here on registration, which is what we are going to do. And it gives you payment information, and it tells you about your video, which we will come back to later. So right now we are looking at registration. So I'm going to click on registration. And that takes you to this site. This site is the Run My Festival site. That is the name of the the company, the agency we are using to do this online festival, Run My Festival. So when you get your email from it, you will see that the email is from Run My Festival. All right. So you have to create an account and become a user and log in. So let's look at that. The first thing, so if you're already a user, you could log in here. But if you are new, you have to go to where new users register here and create a login. So let me create a login. Using a email that exists. And when you send it, you would get a email, and from that email, you would click on that email that you would have gotten, and from there, you could start to register, right? So I wouldn't wait on that email. I will just click in with something that I have already registered. Let's see. All right, so I will go in with so I have logged in already, and my password is in, and so I log in. Now when you log in, you will I have already registered people, so that's why you have a list here, but you will have nothing here. It will be blank, and the first thing it will say that you need to create an account. So you will come to this page where you put in your name, your address, and so on and so on and so on, and you save on that, and then you'll be able to add entrance. You must click on entrance, new, and only individual entrance, because we are not having groups. So entrance, new, individual, and put in the name of the person that you want to add. So let's add somebody, John Brown, gender, school. You don't have to put that in. That is not vitally important. So I'll just put any school. You have to agree and give permission for us to use your videos, and where you come from, what city, any town. So you save that, it will come up in your list, and you keep. Now, if you're registering one person, that's fine, but if you're registering several people, you should add all your entrants first before you add your classes, because then you'll have to come back to this site, add the entrance, and go back to classes. Once you click enter on an entrant, you could add as many classes as you want for that entrant. All right, so let's find the entrant, John Brown. I click on him, and that takes you up to the class entry wizard. So all the classes are listed here, and you just have to add them to the basket. So it starts off with B1, which is it starts off with B, section B, which is the instrumental section. and then it goes on to the musicianship section, junior musicianship, then the junior vocals, then the open instrumental, open musicianship, open vocals. So let's just select something and add it to, no. When you select a junior class, so let's select this class, you must put a date of birth because the junior classes are for specifically aged persons. So you must put a date of birth, and if the date of birth falls outside of it, you may not be able to register. So, right? So this class is for under 15. So day 1, month 1, yeah, 2000, let's see. Once I stay on it, that's it, 2009 now. Bring me under 15. Let's open. Instrumental, all right. So this is instrumental pan, and I can't say what instrument I want to use, so I'm gonna play the double second, add it to the basket. All right, so it says here, what? That didn't go through. January. That went through.
Scooby-Doo, go outside.
You will get a confirmation that it has been added, and then you can select another entrant if you wish and do the same, or you can add another class to this same entrant. So you could go ahead and add another class. So let's just add a vocal solo. Let's add on the 19 one to make sure. Let's add a rhapsody solo. So we add rhapsody solo. I hope you stay this time. Now, of course, you do not have this when you are, so you may put the name of the piece if you wish here. That's an option. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, so I'm not putting in it. All right, so that has been added, and I am done adding. Okay, so now I go to checkout. No, let me go back. Cancel. Before I go to checkout, if you look at the top here, you will see how many entries I have. So I have 1. That means one did not. I didn't. Which one do I have? I have Rhapsody. So whatever happened to the other one? So let's go back. Let me do something safe. All right, so I'll do recorder solo instead. Make it easier for me. Treble recorder. And I want accompaniment. So the test pieces, the ones that have accompaniment, asks you if you would be interested in a backing CD, which means, that's what they call it on this site, which means would you like the accompaniment MP3? And I check out. So now you can see I have 2. I have registered 2. So I click checkout. It's pretty simple. Each section generates its own invoice in a sense. The invoices are sectionized. So the vocal is one section. So I could check that out separately from the instrumental, or I could check it all out together. So if I say check out later, a sign will come up here saying that it's saved and I could come back to it. Or I could just say check out now and check out everything one time. So let's check out everything one time. When you click on that, the summary comes up with everything that you have per class, per section, sorry, each class per section. And if there is an error, for example, if you realize, whoa, it's not Rhapsody solo I really wanted, I was going and click on Calypso solo. You cannot change it here. You have to cancel. And when you go back to it will take you back to the cart, and then you can delete it in the cart and then go back and add what it is you want. All right? You must select the terms to say that you agree that first of all, that your performers are amateurs, and secondly, that you will abide by the rules and so on. And then you proceed to payment. So it gives you a total for each section and then a full total of your invoice. Now, each section is going to generate an invoice number, but then there will be but the first section, whatever is the first section, that invoice number will be the number for the full invoice as well. So you have a choice of choosing bank transfer or check. It does not really matter because you're not doing it online here. If you choose bank transfer, it gives you the bank transfer information, all right? And so when you get your email, this is what you will see first of all in your email body, that it's a bank transfer. Return to summary. If you choose check, it will give you what you have to write on the check, and that is what you will see in your email summary. But attached to this will be your invoice, and your invoice will have both sets of information. So it really doesn't matter that much which one you choose, but you have to choose one. This spot here is for you to set, if you want to send that email to someone else, for example, you're a school and you want to send it to the bursar of the school or to the principal or somebody else, then you can put their email here and they will also receive that invoice. All right, so let's submit our entry. And this is the confirmation here. It hasn't been submitted yet. This is confirmation. The summary, $80 is what you have to pay. This will be your invoice number here, TTMF 31613. And these are your entrants here, all right? And
Yeah.
now when you close this, okay, it will now have been submitted and you will get an email. And that email would be from admin@runmyfestival.net, and it will tell you, it will give you an invoice so that you can pay. And once you have paid, you have to send a photo or a scan, a copy of that payment receipt, whether it is an online receipt or you went in the bank and you paid. You have to send that to us at info@ttmusicfestival.org, and we will come in here and next to your name, we will put paid. And then when you log in again, if you log in here, you will see under this, that's the number of entries. But, all right, if I had any in the baskets, they would be here. So the numbers here, but when I are clicking on my list of classes of people who have registered, you will come up, but not as paid. So only when you are paid would you come up as fully registered. So that's basically the process. It's not that difficult. Any questions on that? Now, when you log out, you go straight to the Trinidad and Tobago Music Festival website on logout. Back to the website.
Wendell Morrow, do you have your hand up?
Yes, I do.
Maybe he has a question to ask then. Maureen,
Yeah.
Wendell Morrow has a question. Would you take the question now?
Oh,
Yes, Wendell, go ahead.
Okay, so in trying to do an intrabank transfer, because your account says it's FCB, correct?
Yes, the account is
Right,
in FCB, yes.
right. So I was trying to transfer the money from my FCB account to your FCB account, and I kept getting an error that the name didn't exist or something like that. So what is the correct name? Because I'll have to set it up as a payee on my online to pay direct to you all. What is the correct name? Because the name that they have on the website there, when I typed it in, I keep getting an error message saying that that name doesn't exist for that
Okay,
or something to that effect.
were you able to type in the full name?
No.
Right. So when I did my my students, and I am in Scotia. So when I typed it in, I only got to like the third word or something like that. So I just put in TTMFA and it went. So try that. Try TTMFA.
Okay then, thanks.
Any more questions? You're free to ask them now.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I have a question.
Sure.
Mhm.
You said that like the piano accompaniment for the test pieces will be uploaded, right?
Yes. You don't have
Um,
to use it.
you don't have to, but you could use it if you don't have an
Yes, you could.
accompanist. You could use it. Okay, great.
Yes.
That's one. Is Music Festival going to be providing musicians, accompanists for test pieces at all?
Only for the championships. Now,
Okay.
if you win and you get to the championships, we will have in the hubs where we'll be recording people over, because remember, everybody sent in their video from wherever they live. So for championships, we want to even the game. So we're bringing people to the same place and using the same piano. So we would provide the companies for the test pieces in the hubs for them, but not before.
Okay, and one more question. For students that are not yet 7, because I saw the youngest age group was 7 to
For
10, I think.
vocals,
Yes. So if I have a 6-year-old that is competent and willing to perform, is there any provisions made for them?
Justin, I don't know if you want to take this. Technically speaking, we set the age at 7 because that is the age at which most children's voices are ready for the kind of music that they have to sing. All right. But of course, children's voices mature at different times. Okay. So if you have a child at 6 who is ready, maybe you should just send a note or send an email with that information to the chairman, and we will just have to veto it. It's not something we could just say anybody could do. It has to be something, permission has to be given.
Okay. Not only vocally ready, but I was also thinking that because this is a developmental competition, that some students might be able to grow and learn, even if not win the competition at age 6. So that's what I was thinking.
Well, we only have lower limits, lower age limits for vocals. We do not have lower age limits for instrumentals. That means anybody under the age of 12 could do 12 and under. Anybody under the age of 15 could do 15 and under.
And also
but for vocals, because your voice matures, it's not like you just buy an instrument and it fully mature. Your voice is your instrument, and so that we have been guided by the vocal people, have guided us to set lower limits and upper limits.
Okay, but this doesn't apply to under 19.
No, it does not apply. There's no lower limit for under 19. So that only applies to the first 8 classes in vocals.
Thank you.
For the other classes, it could be of any age.
Deborah Amata, please ask your question.
Hi, good night, everybody. I was just wondering, in terms of the own choice pieces, are we allowed to perform a piece that would have accompaniment without accompaniment?
Your choice, sure. You can
Okay,
choose
thank
whether
you.
to add accompaniment or not, certainly. And you can choose to have recorded accompaniment. You do not have to have a live accompanist back you up in your video. You can have you can sing to a recording, but the recording must be piano, except for folk, calypso, and rhapsody.
Okay, thank you.
Questions? The floor is open to you, Phil.
Hi, good night, everyone.
Mhm.
I wanted to know if I were to pay at any bank, if that would suffice.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, sorry about that. If I were to pay the $80 at any bank, if that would be okay, like even at a credit union, or it has to be through a bank.
No, once it goes to that account, you can pay it from any bank. But it has to, but the account, we have our account in FCB, so it has to be paid to an FCB to FCB.
To the FCB account, our
Pardon?
FCB account.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, you can pay it from your bank to FCB, but it has to reach FCB.
But I think she's asking if it's from a credit union, would it be accepted? Is that correct?
It will be accepted. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Um,
Right. Any more questions on this? Because we want to go on to the videos upload. I'm giving you 1 minute.
Okay, I kind of lost connection there, but I think I heard that you all said the FCB account would be the best way to pay.
our account is in FCB. If your account
Okay,
is in
thank you.
a credit union, you can transfer from credit union to FCB. You can have your credit union do a transfer for you.
Wonderful, thanks.
Evening. I'm sorry I was a little late this evening. Could you tell me where I can find the account number, please?
The account number is located, I shall share my screen again. Several places, it's in the syllabus. So if you go on the site, you look at syllabus, either wherever they say syllabus, whether here or down here. Once you click on syllabus, it is, did I pass it? Here it is on page 3, the account information here. For some banks, they want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. So you put a 0 in front of the 2. But most banks are okay with the 7 numbers. But this is the information here. But when you register, it's given to you. It's sent to you in your email.
I see. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Maureen, can we go ahead with the videos upload now, please?
Sure, and I'll turn over to Raphael.
Hi, good evening to everyone. And I'm very happy to see so many of you here today. So the videos, I'll go more into the formatting. You see, we've prepared a list of things for you to look at. It's a little bit scary, but don't worry, it's all for your benefits. We try to adopt them from international standards and tailor it to suit the needs of you and this festival. Everything is pretty straightforward there. There are a couple instruments that Ms. Clement would like to highlight. So perhaps I'll go to her first, and then we could take any questions that you may have about the videos.
Okay. I will start with the pan. Now, when Raphael goes through it, you will see that he will be telling you that one of the recommendations for when videoing is that we must see, if you're playing an instrument, we must see your hands. Now, in this picture, you are seeing the person's hands, but I would not, while it would be, you would be not seeing the persons, so we're not sure who it is performing. So this would not be a good video showing just the person's hands. So I'm going to just show you a few pictures, and you will be able to say yes or no, is good or bad. All right. I have to do this every time. One thing up. This is a good. This is how the pan should be recorded, from up at an angle, so that you're seeing the person's face. You're sure it's them playing, and you are seeing their hands and inside of the pan. This is the best angle for recording pan, whether it's tenor, double second, whatever it is, as the case may be. This is also a good one, a side view, but we can see the person as well as we can see the pan, so that is also acceptable. So I'm going to show you some that are not acceptable. This is the normal way to record pan. That is not acceptable. We can't see what he's playing at all. So we cannot see his hands. And once we cannot see his hands, it is unacceptable. Now this one that I'm going to show you now is iffy, because you could see him and you could see his palm. You're not seeing his face very much. So it could work, but it's not desirable. Okay, we need to shut down. And this final one for the pan, another one. This is not how you normally record it. This will not work because we cannot see the hands. Okay? So bear in mind that we want to see the hands as well as the person. So let's just look at some piano. Now, just share. This is what for piano, we need to see a foot and your hands, because we need to see if you're using the pedal as well as how you're playing. So a side shot like this would work, but a shot from in front of the piano, especially if it's a piano like this, will not work. All we're seeing there is piano. We're not seeing your hands at all. So clearly that will not work. So let me give you a better shot. This is a side back view, but it will work because we're seeing her feet, we're seeing her hands. So you have to ensure that for the instrument, both the things that are important for that instrument can be seen. So for example, if you send a video like this, we cannot see the foot. Even though we see the piano, we see the person, we cannot see their pedaling. So this will not be a good video approach for the piano, not at all. Neither this one, which is from above, you're seeing the hands and everything, but we cannot see the feet. So this will not be good for piano. And of course, this one from the back. Even if we see the foot, we are not seeing the hands. So that is not a good idea. Also, people like to, when they're taking videos, they want to take close-ups and and all of that. That is not necessary. This is nice. We could see they're playing well, but we're not seeing them and we're not seeing the foot. So this is not recommended. Close-ups are not recommended. You want to see the whole person. So this is the best position that I'm going to show you now, the final one for piano, where you see the whole person, the foot, the hands, and the whole piano. This is the best position, side view. Okay, and just quickly about the other instruments, we need to see the whole instrument. So you want like, if, for example, if you're doing violin, you want something like this. There you see the whole violin. You want to see the whole instrument. You don't want to see part of the instrument because, and let me, so. Now in this, for example, like this, we are not seeing the whole bowing. So this would not be particularly good. The adjudicator would want to see the bowing hand, a little more of the bowing hand. So whatever instrument you're going to be doing, ensure that all the hand movements and the instrument can be seen. Now, someone called me and asked me whether for vocals, if we would want a head shot only or the whole person. We don't need the whole person if you are not moving. If you are standing in your spot and you're singing and you're not moving around, upper body, maybe just to the lower torso might be fine. But if you're doing folk or something and you're moving around, then we need a wider shot where we can see the whole person. Obviously, you should just, it depends on the performance. Okay, so that's it for me, Raphael. Thank you.
All right, great. Thanks, Ms. Clement. Just want to emphasize that these video submissions are for the first couple of rounds, that is the preliminaries and finals, because the championships we are looking at having at the hubs in our centralized locations. Okay, Ms. Clement, do you think I should put up the guidelines on screen, or do they have access to that already in the syllabus?
Yes, if you could show them where to find it in the syllabus and just give them a few pointers.
All right, no problem. Just one moment while I share my screen. All right, this should be up, yes?
Yes, it's up.
Great, thank you. So in the syllabus, it's at the end. So we'll just go down to the end. You'll see on the site, we have syllabus. It's at the last couple pages, video submissions. We have basically answered most questions before you would have asked them. We tried to be as thorough as possible. Of course, there may have been one or two things that we missed. For example, as Ms. Clement just talked about, if you're doing folk, we want to see your whole body. If you're doing instruments, you'll want to see it a particular way. But you can go through this. Any questions that you may have at all, you can ask right now, or you can send us a message, give us a call, and we'll be happy to respond with anything that we can. As for where exactly you're putting the videos, you'll see at the end here, submitting a video submitted as an unlisted YouTube video. Under registration process, when you go to festival registration process, you will see you may upload it with an unlisted YouTube link. And we provided links for you here. How to create a YouTube account if you don't know, how to create an unlisted YouTube video if you don't know. Of course, this date here would have been amended to the end of January 31st. Right. Are there any questions on the video recording process?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Just to confirm what Ms. Clemens said, so we could use a track to record a vocal solo, correct? Or it has to be a live piano accompanist?
Yes, you can use a track,
Right.
but it must
Okay.
be piano tone.
Piano,
With,
okay, good.
yes, with the exception of Ms. Clemens called out, I believe, folk, calypso, rhapsody.
Okay, all right, thanks. So we just have to play it loud and sing to it and record it.
Yes.
All right, thanks. Just had one other question. For the championship round, the provisions for COVID, like precautions and so, was you all can comment on that? Or what, if not now or later on any go?
Well, I can say
All protocols observed.
Oh yeah, all strictly observed.
Yes.
So the competitors could be vaccinated or unvaccinated?
That is a question
Of
I will
course,
have
well,
to.
we're dealing with children too, so obviously we can't.
Okay.
Children are unvaccinated.
All right. Okay, I understand.
Yes, so we work with whatever Ministry of Health and Education guidelines there are, and as those shift, we would move appropriately as well.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Hi, Miss Giselle G.
Hi, good evening. Just as you were going through the video submissions, I noticed you said the date changed to January 31st.
That would have been
Is
for
that
registration.
for registration? Okay, I thought that was a
Yes.
video submission. I was like, okay. I'm just confirming that is
No
not for the
problem.
video submission, it's for the registration, right?
That's right, yes.
Okay, all right, thanks.
The date
You're
for
welcome.
video submission has been extended to the 15th of March.
Thanks.
Oh, 15th of March.
All right, Mr. Lockhart.
Yes, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Good evening to the panel, good evening to members in attendance. As we come to the question of tracks, is it any track or you have to use the official track that you all are making with the CD, the
You
accompaniment
don't have
track?
to use the official track, no.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, is there anyone else?
Well, since there are no further questions now, we want to tell you that,
Peter Lockhart raised hand?
yeah, but we answered him.
Okay.
But we know that there will be more questions as you start to register and use the system. There is a hotline that you can call and somebody will answer your questions. Remember that. I also want to, I
Give the
didn't.
number, Wendy. 333-0402. Is that correct, Raphael?
Yes, that's the number right here on my desk. Please don't call it right now, but you can call it and I will answer and respond to any questions that you have.
333-0402.
Yes,
Right.
pretty simple.
Yes. I also forgot to mention people from Tobago who are attending this meeting. Thank you very much for coming. And as I wrap up, I want to say thank you all for attending and trying to understand this process, which we want to be seamless. But if you have questions, further questions, we are willing to answer you. Mr. Murray may wish to close. I don't know if he wishes to close or if that's sufficient. Then we say.
Good. I'm just going to say good evening without showing my face, but I think you're saying good evening to everybody. If this is indicative of the interest in the festival, I have to say that we are really, really delighted. Thank you so much for coming out. And we have posted some things in the chat. We have posted the number. And I think Mr. Sukun Singh, he just posted it, but he only posted it to me. So I'll ask him to post it to everybody. He didn't realize he was only posting to me. which is the 333 number -0402. And also there is the info at ttmusicfestival.org, which you can send your inquiries. If you wish to get on to me directly, you may also email chairman@ttmusicfestival.org. So that, and we will try to get back to a response to you within 24 hours. Sometimes it may take 48, but we will be sure to answer your inquiries. And I want to really encourage all of you all who are coming on this journey with us, which is this digital journey. And this is of course happening just about everywhere. This is our first foray into it. And I want to really thank you for coming along with us. And I do wish to thank all of the team today who have participated, Ms. Jeremy, Ms. Clement, and Mr. Sukun Singh, for giving so much of this information. And do know that we keep updating, because of course this is new territory for us, and we are going to keep updating, and we will let you know. So keep attuned to the website for all of the changes. So thank you very much for coming. But I think Ms. Archer's hand is up.
Archer, right. Good. Noel Archer.
Yes, I have one more question and a statement. Is WhatsApp attached to that number?
WhatsApp will be coming by Monday.
Okay, great. And I also just wanted to say that I think this meeting was very thorough, and I really appreciate you all having this. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yes. Okay. Well, good night, everybody. Have a good one. Stay safe.